Nintendo faces scrutiny over game keycards. Furukawa's vague response fuels uncertainty about third-party support. Nintendo's physical distribution strategy for the Switch 2 was the focus of a tense confrontation during the company's most recent investor Q&A. An investor directly questioned the viability of the game keycard format, labeling it as unattractive to consumers and expressing a tangible fear that this decision could lead to third-party developers abandoning the platform. The game keycard controversy, physical boxes sold in stores that only contain a download code instead of a game cartridge, has been a point of friction since the console's announcement. While Nintendo is clearly looking to cut manufacturing costs, this strategy has been criticized for gutting the key benefits of physical software: tangible ownership, resale capability, and collectability. The concern raised by the investor at the meeting is articulated on two critical fronts, which directly connect consumer reception to the console's commercial viability. Zero consumer value. The format is perceived as the worst of both worlds. It offers the inconvenience of a physical purchase, requiring a trip to a store, but only delivers the value of a digital one, a code, eliminating true ownership of the game. Risk of third-party abandonment. This is the central fear. If consumers refuse to buy these keycards at retail, physical sales will plummet. For major publishers, physical sales remain a crucial part of the return on investment, ROI, on the costly development of ports for a new platform. If the retail channel fails, the incentive for third parties to support the Switch 2 will evaporate. When asked directly what Nintendo thought of this tangible risk, the response from Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa has been described as curious and notably evasive. Instead of addressing the central concern about consumer appeal or third-party risk, Furukawa defaulted to standard corporate boilerplate. First, he simply explained the basic function of a game keycard, describing what it is rather than why it's a good strategy. He then concluded with a generic promise that Nintendo will continue to work with publishers. At no point in his answer did Furukawa address the crux of the question: the fear that this format is fundamentally unattractive and will alienate both buyers and partners. Furukawa's decision to completely sidestep the core of the question is, for many analysts, more telling than a direct answer. This evasiveness suggests that Nintendo has no solid counterargument for the consumer's perceived value problem. This type of non-answer is typical when a corporate strategy, cutting cartridge manufacturing costs, collides head-on with market reality: what consumers and third-party partners actually need. By failing to defend the format beyond its simple function, Nintendo appears to confirm that it is willing to sacrifice the value of the physical format to drive profitability and, potentially, adoption of its digital eShop. For investors and the industry, this response does not alleviate the fear. On the contrary, it reinforces the idea that Nintendo may be repeating past mistakes, like with the Wii U, where confidence in its own first-party success leads it to ignore the fundamental needs of the third-party partners who are vital for a console's long-term success. Do you think Nintendo's confidence in its first-party titles is enough to sustain the Switch 2? Or is this evasiveness on game keycards a sign they are underestimating the risk of losing third-party support?